Look at that. That is screaming bass or hound in it, that. Absolutely screaming it. Big drop back. Big drop back. Yes! Yes, right at the end! Now, doesn't that look perfect? Right, I'm super excited. I'm going to quickly tell you what's going on, get this rod in, then I'm going to have a chat to you and let you know the beach, what's going on. And yeah, but if ever there was a beach that looked fishable with the wind blowing in, right, I'm just going to get this in. It's a frozen peeler, 2 little peelers, clipped on an imp, on about a 2.5 foot pulley pennel and a 7-ounce lead. I'm using the 7-ounce lead because there's some big breakers out there and it could just break the littler leads away. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully that'll hold. Right, I'm going to get this in. There's a little gully where it's calm, and then there's a sandbar, and then I just want to be over the sandbar, so I should be able to wade out now to where the breakers are and send it over. And I will be putting one in close at some point too. I'm not going to send them both over the breakers, that would be silly. They'll be bassing them, surely. I'll get this out and I'll tell you what's going on, because I'm super, super excited. There is an extremely strong tide pull here. I can feel it pulling me to the side. I'm looking at all the stuff on the surface now, and it's just being washed away. Exactly what we want, but you don't want to be wading out too far in that. I reckon if I was waist deep, that would push me. You've got the wind coming in at that angle too. There's about 72,000 jellyfish. Can't see much weed. The conditions are absolutely perfect. You've got the overcast. You've got the surf coming in. You've got the wind coming in. You've got the big tide. You've got the surf run. I'm going to fish one rod for the first 10 or 15 minutes, because if it goes off, it could go off. If nothing happens in the first... Bloody hell, out of breath. If nothing happens in the first 10 or 15 minutes, I'll get the other rod in. Right then. I've calmed down a little bit now. I knew these conditions would be right. The last 3 or 4 days, we've been in that like mini heat wave. And I've fished along this coast, and it's just been absolute crap all along the coast. I've spoke to probably 20 or 30 different anglers, and it's been extremely poor. I've been on the Mersey doing a little bit, some rays and that, but I've not been back on the North Wales coast. Anyway, the weather's changed. We got the wind, we got the cloudy water, and that's just surf. But look how powerful the surf pull is, just taking line off there. Thought we had a bite then, actually. Anyway, is it? It's really hard to tell. There's powerful current. I don't think it is a bite. We'll tighten up a little bit, but I'll wait by the rod just in case. Ready to grab it. That could be a bite, actually. Anyway, the conditions have been perfect, so I've been itching to get here. It all lines up. I didn't want to be fishing in that heat wave. Don't know what's going on there. There could be a bite on there. There could be something small having a go at that already. I'm hoping we don't pick weed up. If we pick weed up here, we are absolutely goosed. Looking at the way that's pulling and that now, I think I'm definitely going to stick to one rod. For at least the first 20 minutes, half an hour. If nothing happens after that time, then obviously I will get the other one set up. Yeah, that's just the waves, that is. I thought we was a wave in the first minute then. You can tell the waves. You get the slow pulls and you get a ping back in a minute. There you go, and you get the slow pull again. And then the ping back. And there's some big breakers out there. They might not look that big on camera, but when you're actually out there, you know, another 10 steps I'd be coming over me, and that tide pull is literally going at this speed, so all is perfect. Like, the fish have to be there. The only thing that could destroy this session now is the fact that I've only got frozen baits, frozen crab and frozen squid, where I'd have loved fresh squid and fresh worm. That is the only thing that can, if you get these microphones locked away before the wind takes them over, that is the only thing that could scupper us here. In my opinion, I think there's going to be bites. I think there's going to be fish. Yeah, when you're wading out, it's a bit of one of them things, isn't it? Like, you don't really want to fish 2 rods while you're wading out, but if the fishing's slow, I don't mind putting 2 out, because you can set the clutch, you can keep your eye on it when you're out there. I've got a feeling It's so hard at it because you get them little taps from the breakers. Almost want to have a look at that. I want to have a look, but I know there's nothing on it. I'm just getting a bit carried away. Right, I'm going to cut you off. I'll bring you back if there's any action. I'm going to pre-bait, I think, a couple of rigs and hang them on the tripod. And we'll go that way today. Instead of fishing 2 rods, sort of slow, we'll fish 1 rod effectively. As soon as the fish comes in, clip a rig off, click a rig on, click a rig on, clip a rig on. I'm getting carried away with myself here, aren't I? I'm talking like I'm going to catch loads of fish. Put the pressure on now. Right, there's a lot of weed out there and it's pulling the rod. I don't think this is a fish, although there has been a couple of taps. I think we've got a lot of weed and it's being dragged around. This might not be the perfect condition. It's going to be hard work. This is going to be very hard work. Right, I'm going to wade out a bit further this time and send it a bit more because the water's dropped. The crab is just covered in weed. I'm going to clip that bait on, get the rod back out, and I'll bring you out in a minute once I've cleaned all this mess off the line. Oh, by the way, if you like this type of stuff, subscribe. Right there, look, is it? That looked like a slack liner then. Is that a fish? Or is it the waves? I think we could have a fish running with that. I think. Maybe. I think so. There is a lot of weed out there though. I think we might have a fish or a big ball of weed. No, 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 no. Right, we'll go again, we'll go again. I think what happened then is what I said, because the swell's, God, it's gone black as anything over there. Because the swell is like really pushing in and bouncing down on the line and you got the wind. I think it's just disengaged the lead then, the gripper's on it. And then the lead's just bounced and given me a slack liner. I really thought I was into a fish then. Right, clip the new bait on, go again. It's going to be a lot harder than I thought. Love a challenge though. We're going to get one. We're going to get one. That much weed, I can't even reel in. I did say at the start of the session, the only thing that could go wrong here is if there's a lot of weed. And exactly the same happened again then. I was fishing for 5 or 10 minutes. The lead's pinged up because there's that much weed on the line with the surf. It's just pulled the lead out and drifted back into the side. I'm going to cast more up towards the wind with the next one. I'm going to put a squid bait on. All as I'm doing is just peeling this off. This was supposed to be that perfect session. As soon as I pulled up there in the car and looked at the beach, I was like, wow, that's screaming fish. And they probably are out there. But the weed's just like masking the hook, the bait, the lead, the line, and just pulling me in. I'm using a 7-ounce gripper too. I don't really want to go any heavier on this beach. I don't think it's the actual weight of the lead. I think it's the prongs coming out. I do have some different leads in there, some Geminis instead of the basic grippers. Might change the lead. I think I'm going to set the other rod up too. So while I'm cleaning this off, I've got a rod to go instead of spending 5 minutes cleaning weed off every cast. Cast the other rod out, then clean the weed off, get this ready when that comes in. Just put the effort in. Not ideal, is it? Right, I'm going to get this cleaned off. I'm going to put me a nice squid bait on. So I've got a full squid on the rod now. As I say, I'm only fishing the one rod on the left. It should start flooding in soon. I was going to move closer to the edge of the water, keep the rod up to get over the breakers, but as soon as it turns here, this will be filled in seconds. And I've got the camera tripod too. It's a lot. Filming makes fishing a lot harder, put it that way. If I didn't have all that camera stuff, I'd be on the edge now over the breakers. My bait is now in the side down there. It's only been in 10 minutes, that squid, if that. Weeds at the line, the flow's just gone bang, and I'm fishing down in that margin down there with a weedy squid. Well then, what would you suggest when it's like this? I put that one directly into the wind as well. Instead of like the wind coming sideways, it was into the wind to try and stop the wind hitting the line or whatever. It's a 7-ounce lead as well. I even like bent the grippers in so that and like bent them round in and then clipped them in so that really was hard to come out, and they've still disengaged. Can't really leave a big slack in the line because the bigger the slack, the more weed it's going to pick up. I don't know what to do. It's the weed that's the issue. The wind and the flow ain't that bad. I can get around that. But the weed is what's adding all the weight. And then it's after 5 or 10 minutes, it's like ping and off it goes. So, time to change that bait again. I won't keep bringing you back and showing you the weed and the bait. I'm just trying to make it feel like you're here with me. Basically making every excuse in the book. If I've not had a bite within the first 5 minutes, it's like ping down in the side. Takes 5 minutes to reel in with all the weed and get it off. Put it out for 5 minutes, bang, ping, same again. The tide is coming in now. Look how quick this is coming in now, look. Right, I need to move my stuff. That is absolutely crazy how quick that's coming in. Just a little update. I've had another 3 casts alternating from squid to crab. Same old, same old. Every 10 minutes, the line is back in the side there. Struggling. I'm struggling. I can't seem to keep a bait out there. Just casting in, 5 minutes there, bang in the side. Oh, I feel like a right idiot. At the start of this session, I was like, yeah, I'm going to back up here today. Because you normally do when the conditions are like this on this beach. I've done many a times, but the tide pull is that strong. I'm going out to my knees and I can feel myself being pulled. I wouldn't want to go out any further in that. You wouldn't want to be swimming in there today, put it that way. Just going to keep going. I'm going to put another bait on now, cast out. I might get 5 minutes of fishing before it's pulled into the side. Hard work. Hard work. But just keep going, don't you? It only takes that one bite. That's a bite, isn't it? That's got to be a bite. Yes! I think. There's a definite bite. That was on the squid pretty quick as well. Oh, it's just gone light. No. It's half, I think. Or is it in the surf? No. I think we got a fish yet. Right, I've got to play this right because it's in the big surf. So I've got to go with the surf. One lunge in that surf and it's off, you see. You got to really take your time. I'm not too sure. It's hard to tell in that surf. I think we have a fish. Come on. Keep feeling a bit of weight, but with the surf it's really hard to tell. And now I'm getting weeded up on the end of my rod. Yeah, we got a fish on, I can feel it kicking. Really got to take my time here. Especially on braid in the surf, you can lose them so easy. Come on! We got a fish anyway. Don't know what. Don't know what. It's going nuts, whatever it is. It's a dogfish. Oh well. It's definitely not what I wanted. It's a dogfish. He's a plump little dogfish. He's a beautiful little creature, but It's not what we want. He's got a bit of a belly on him as far as dogfish go. That ain't a bad dogfish. Right, I'm going to get a new bait clip back on, get straight back out. I was really hoping that would be a hound, because if that was a hound, we could have had a few before this, well, before we get before we get pushed off the beach. Right, it's not a blank. Subscribe. It's not a blank. Definitely not the intended species. And even though I just caught that on a squid, I've put a crab out because I do want a hound or a bass. That's what I've come here for. But yeah, that bite went before I could even bait the other snood up. Within about a minute to a minute and a half, it was gone. And that's what I mean. If you can get a quick bite before the weed wipes you out, the fish are there. The trouble I'm having is keeping a bait where the fish are. I've got a crab on there now. I'm going to put a squid on the other snood. So when that crab comes in, there's a squid ready to go out. Then we go back to a crab and we'll just see. But that little dogfish there has really picked my mood up, because I was here thinking, oh, it's all going wrong, and that little bit of action from a dog has took me like poof. So yeah, good. The morale has just gone from down there on the floor, or probably under the sand, up to the clouds, which is good. That's why we do fishing, innit? Even though it was a dogfish, I didn't know. And when you're playing them in that surf, I've learnt from my mistakes this. When the waves come in, it feels like you've lost the fish, and then all of a sudden, when the waves stop, they can go back a bit with it. And I've learnt now, never try and rush them. And if they do go back, like, put the rod back with them and bring them in and put them back. And I've learnt from mistakes with that, because I've pulled loads of fish off in the surf before. Even more so on braid, because it's not as stretchy. Yeah, we've probably got 20 minutes, 25 minutes left on this beach now. And I really think that it's going to do something now. Another little update, I'll keep it quick. The crab was in 10 minutes. It's been blasted down into the side again, so I'll put another squid on. It's really rough out there. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what to say. So we'll go squid again on this one. We might get another cast on the crab and then another cast on the squid. We've got about 10 or 15 metres of sand left before we hit the rocks. That tide is flying in. I'm back on the rocks already. It's only been a couple of minutes. I'm going to move my gear up. I'm going to fish into the rocks for a bit and land it sort of in the surf now. I'm going to keep plodding, keep casting, keep plodding. The plus side, every time I'm moving back, I'm getting a little bit closer to the cart. So the walk ain't going to be as much. That's the only plus side. Right, a wean shot there? I hope so. Better check, hadn't I, really? Come on, one big whack, one good fish now. Bang! I'm going to put a big peeler on next. I've been saving this one peeler, he's about that big. And he's definitely going on next. Oh, come on. Well, I'm getting pushed off now. Stood on a coral reef. Look at that for a bite, that's going out next. The last peeler with a bit of squid in it. Look at that. That is screaming bass or hound in it, that. Absolutely screaming it. I'm going to get that ready to clip on in a minute. Because the thing is about these rocks, once they get a bit of water on, you try and wade over these and they're ankle breakers. It's all right now when you can see them, but you imagine trying to wade over this when you can't see where they are. 1 minute you're up here, then you're down there, and it's not ideal, but I think that is a beautiful bait. That is going to do the business. Just in the surf, rolling around, just before it reaches the rocks. Got a good feeling about that one. The squid bait on there, again, it's not been pushed to the side that much, if I'm honest. I cast sort of that angle, now it's at sort of that angle. It has lasted. It's had no bites, but it has lasted. I can't help but think if there would have been hounds or bass around, like alternating the crab in that surf and keeping baits going out constant every 10 minutes or so, I can't help but think that I'd have at least had a couple of good bites or picked something up. Just don't seem like they are there, but that last bait could do the business. And then I need to go to the nearest tackle shop, buy some worms and get ready for the next session. Hello! I can see the weed on the line now, it's picking a lot of weed up. I'm going to give this literally 3 or 4 minutes, that squid, then I'm going to put the new bait on and I'll bring you back when the new bait's out there and we'll watch it together for 10 minutes, see if it goes. If ever there was a bait that was going to go, it'll be that big ball of goodness, wouldn't it? Out in that surf. I'll tell you what, I'm that hungry, I could eat that bait, to be honest. I could really eat that bait. Starving. I've got a big hamburger in the car though, but that's going to have to wait till I get up there. It's been tough, innit? It's been really, really, really tough this session. Hard work as well, the wading out, and then the reeling in. Every time I'm reeling in, I'm having to stop or absolutely reel me arms off trying to get it in. It's not just an easy reel in. Feeling this session. All for a dogfish. It was a very, very welcome dogfish though. I think the time has come to get that bait on in it, I think. I'll bring you back when it's out there, and it would be lovely to get that big whack at the end off a huss or a huss, off a hound or a bass or a huss. Funny enough, on the night tide, on a high tide over there, we lost a big huss last year. Caden did bringing it in. It's like that, it's a double figure huss over there on the high tide. It's the only huss I've seen come from this little section of beach, to be fair. And talking about night tide fishing, I haven't fished in the dark for absolutely ages. I can't remember the last time I charged my head torch or got the lamps out. I've been daytime fishing. So I think over the next couple of weeks I might put some nights in on the huss and the congers and that. Something a bit different. I've got a bit of ray fever, catching the rays out the Mersey. I definitely caught ray fever. And I caught the hound fever, having the hounds from along here and out the Mersey. But I think it's time to try and pull off the hounds and the rays for a bit. Not that I'm not enjoying it, just something a bit different. Instead of bringing the same old to the channel. Definitely a bit of night fishing for the huss. I love huss fishing, the big huss. Anyway, right, I'm cutting you off. I'm talking too much. I'm going to get that last bait in, because that's going to produce a big bass like that. I'm telling you. Well, the last bait is out there. It's out in the mix. It's a good bait. I think it's in the right spot. I'll tell you what I've just experienced. You know, when they say a good surf smashes up the lug beds. Well, I've just been out sort of, I don't know, 30 yards, and a couple of rollers have come in, and I'm still on sand. And I felt the sand literally about 2 or 3 inch deep get washed from underneath my feet. It's like moved it from underneath me. So that's like first-hand experience now, how the waves do destroy the lug beds. It's going to be ripping all this up, especially them crashing in. There's going to be worms flowing everywhere. I've always obviously knew about it, but that's like I've actually experienced the sand being, oh, big drop back. Big drop back. Yes! Yes, right at the end! Oh my God! I told you that was the bait! This could be the dream finish. Oh yes, come on! Come on! Come on! It's not a doggy because it's nodding. It's just gone light. I hope it's in the surf. That's been in about a minute, if that. I only just put the camera on. It's gone light, it's gone really light. It's back, it's back, it's back. I've got to be careful in this surf. Yes! Could it be the hound or the bass? Could it be target? Oh, it's just gone light. It's just gone light unless it's in the surf. Oh no, no, no! It's not on unless he's coming towards me. No! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! That bait's good to go again. You know what? It's going straight back out. I cannot believe that. It was nodding. Right, I'm fishing for a bit. I'm in a tangle here now. That was in the surf, that was. Oh, that was the hound or the bass because I felt the nods. Right, I shouldn't be putting the same bait out, but it's going back out. Flipping heck. I'm going to be wading out for these rocks. I can't leave that like that. I've got to have one more go. Hook sharp, everything's right. It just come off in the surf. Let's go! That is hard to take, people. Make sure you subscribe for me losing that fish. Ah, the highs and the lows of fishing. 1 minute you're up there, the next minute you're like, I'll just throw all my gear in. Right, do I bait up again? It's hard to fish on these rocks, and he's filling in around the rocks and that now. Ah! Like going crazy. Damn it, damn it, damn it. You know what, I do like them baits like that, you know, that was a crab with the tentacle out the squid, you know, like the head. So I find if you pull the head out, you get all the like creamy bit inside the squid. Whereas the shell to the squid, like the big bit, there's not much to it, it's like rubber. So one of them squid heads on the back of a peeler, you got the juices of the peeler and the juices of the squid. And I looked at it, I was like, that's a cracking little bait. The bait was in the water second, so I don't mind throwing that bait back out. Oh, I'm gonna have to be moving soon. Come on! Come on! Look at them waves coming in now, I ain't wading out anymore. Yeah, I've clearly felt the fish kicking, bouncing. Well, I've got to really be careful. I'm not going to get cut off. I just don't want to fancy walking along all this stuff underwater. 5 minutes. I might have to start moving stuff while fishing and recording, and I knew that bait would do it. I might have that as my go-to bass and hound bait now. As I say, you get the creamy bit out the squid and you get the juice out the crab. You got like double juice on that little single hook as well, that little sharp fin gauge hook. Come on, if that rod goes, my hands will be on that rod within 0.001 second. It's real fishing though, you know, I say every session, you see it as it happens, and it started off crap. I've only had a doggy. That could all change in the next couple of minutes. I can't really set up any further back because there's eye bits, then there's little rock pools and channels. It's just going to be a nightmare. And I can't really start wading out through this. Well, I could. If there was a couple of us, I would. Wading out in there now. It's going to go on this cast anyway. It's going to go. Lily's going to be there. I'm going to get to run, trip over Lily, face plant the rod stand. Come this side, Lil. Come on. Come over here. Just in case, girl. Come on. Look at them waves coming in. I am going to fish this one day. I'm going to travel really light, one rod, maybe hold the rod with a chest camera or something. And I'm going to fish it up over the rocks with crab or worms or something with just a little lead rolling around and a little rod and see what comes up here, because I reckon as these rocks start to cover with water, all the crabs and the stuff in these rocks, so this lug bed will be smashed into them. I reckon you could get a little frenzy. It's no good with a tripod, 2 rods, a cool box, camera, another tripod with a camera on. It's no good like that. You're just going to be all over. One little rod, little chest camera. I'm really going to have to move in a minute. I really don't want to. No, I'm going to set that clutch and I'm going to move a bit of stuff back. I want that bite in there every last second. Come on. I'm going to have to call it. It's so awkward to wade through this. I am going to have to call it. And I don't want to. But I am. It's taking over everything now. Oh no. Well, that's going to be that, people. I will be back here over the next week and I'll put a proper session in. I'll also come down with a little rod and have a bobble with a crab or something along these little rock beds. I reckon the bass will be here, especially when it's blowing in. So until next time, I'll see you at the sea sometime. Peace out.